Hi, this is Miss Shroyer, and today I'm going to be doing story time again with Violet the Pilot. That rhymes. Her inventions will take her sky high. And I noticed on the back of this book that it actually belongs to Ellie, my granddaughter. And this too is an Imagination Library book by Dolly Parton. I read one of those the other day for you. This is a 4.2 and the quiz number is 543. 121543. Violet the Pilot. Says on the back, Violet Van Winkle is an inventor with a flair for the air. Everyone in town knew that Violet Van Winkle was a little different. For starters, she and her parents lived in an odd-looking home next to the junkyard that her father managed. And while other little girls were playing with dolls and tea sets, Violet played with monkey wrenches and needle nose pliers. Violet was a mechanical genius. By the time she was 2, she could fix almost any broken appliance in the house. By 4, she could take away the grandfather clock and completely reassemble it. Since she didn't have any friends aside from her dog Orville, she would spend hours tinkering with things from the yard. Violet's parents were very proud of her, although they weren't too happy the time she put a lawnmower engine on her cousin's tricycle. But that was interesting, have a lawnmower motor on your tricycle. The older she got, the more interesting Violet's creations became. Around the time she turned 8, she was building elaborate machines from scratch. And not just any old machines. Flying machines. Her parents couldn't believe their eyes when they saw Violet zoom by for the first time. They were a little worried in the beginning, but they quickly saw that she was a pretty good pilot. "Careful, don't hit the house," whew, Violet's father would yell. "And put on a sweater," her mom would say. "It's chilly outside." Violet used anything she could find in the junkyard to make her wonderful contraptions. She made a flying wagon. There was the tub bubbler. She made that right out of the bathtub. And the biocopter, like a helicopter but with a bicycle, and the rocket can. She's actually hooked up to a can flying through the air. I would say to you, boys and girls, do not try this at home. The pogo plane. How many of you have a pogo stick? The slide glider and the wingamajig. That was just to name a few. Does this make you want to go outside and try to build something? Violet's engineering was pretty sound. The only real hazards were tall trees, piles of junk in the yard, and bugs in her teeth. Can you see her bugs in her teeth? Ooh, makes you want to go brush your teeth, doesn't it? Kids at school would see Violet eating lunch alone and make fun of her strange books and her greasy coveralls. Claude and Clyde Mulrooney, they were especially obnoxious. I'm thinking that's these two dressed alike twins right here, Claude and Clyde. Then one day, Violet noticed a poster in the drugstore window. Air Show, October 20th, it read. That's only 2 weeks away, Violet thought. Can kids fly in the show? Is homemade aircraft allowed? That night, Violet sat in her room thinking about the air show. She knew it would be a good feeling if one of her planes won a prize, and maybe then the kids at school would be nice to her. Violet pictured exactly where she would hang her blue ribbon. So she's laying there and she's imagining hanging the blue ribbon up in her room. She and Orville, remember that's her dog, spent the next few days combing the junkyard for just the right materials. When they had collected a giant pile of stuff, the building began. One day, the Mulrooney twins happened to pass by. "Look, it's that weird girl from our school," one of them said. "What are you doing, weirdo?" "I'm building an airplane," she told them. The twins exploded in laughter. Then they mumbled something mean as they walked away. Orville barked at the dogs, but Violet just went back to her project. "Take it easy, buddy," she said. "We're way too busy to worry about them." Finally, after days of hard work, Violet had finished making her flying machine. She named the magnificent new craft the Hornet. "Wait till all the people in the grandstand see me flying this," Violet said to Orville. She made it out of the boat, didn't she? The test flight was a success. Oh my goodness, she's doing loop-de-loops and twirling and swirling, and whew, I'm afraid she's going to fall out on her head. I said that, and then I noticed her dog did fall out on his head, but she caught him down here when she went back around the loop. Poor Orville. It was a pretty exciting ride for him. On the day of the big air show, Violet took off, bursting with excitement. Her parents' faces had beamed with pride when they wished her luck, and she thought about that as she flew through the clear autumn sky. She calculated that the trip would take about 20 minutes, and she would arrive just in time for the show. So, of course, she has to drive the Hornet to the air show 20 minutes away. Suddenly, something caught Violet's eye. In the river below, a group of people were waving frantically. Violet lowered her altitude to get a better look. A troop of Boy Scouts had run into trouble while canoeing. Violet knew she had to help, and she had to help fast. It wasn't easy rescuing all the boys, but Violet piloted the Hornet with careful precision. There she is. She's dropping down the tire. Saving the Scoutmaster from going over the falls was particularly dangerous. So not only is Violet very smart, making all these cool things, she's very brave. Violet dropped the grateful Scouts off at the hospital. Then she checked her watch. 3:30, she said to Orville sadly. "We missed the air show." She turned her plane toward home and sighed. She had a miserable feeling in her stomach. That evening, Violet had no appetite for dinner. She just went upstairs and sat on her bed. All of a sudden, she heard a lot of noise outside the house. She and Orville went to the window and discovered that there was a crowd of people gathering on the front yard. Somebody spotted her. "There's Violet," the boys shouted jubilantly. "That's our hero." Sometimes my pages stick. The Van Winkles stepped outside, squinting from all the flashbulbs that were popping. The press, the mayor, the fire, and police chiefs, even kids and teachers from school, had all learned of the rescue that day, and they came to praise Violet. "Young lady, please accept this Medal of Valor as a token of our gratitude and esteem," said the mayor, and he gave Orville a new collar with a license that read, "K9 Hero." From that day on, Violet's parents let her fly whenever she wanted, but her mom still made her wear a sweater. Boys and girls, you can dream and you can do some big things. Just think, Violet built an airplane out of a boat. It might be a little hard to do, but you can do whatever you dream you can do. I've got faith in you. The quiz number 121543. 121543. And the name of the book is Violet the Pilot. I love you guys, and I hope you're having a great day, and I miss you so much. Go have some fun and go take an AR test.